In the early light of a new day, the small town of Sundarpur awoke with quiet determination. Cobbled streets wound between humble homes, and the scent of fresh bread and morning dew filled the air. In a modest house on the outskirts lived Rahil, a man known throughout the town for his tireless work ethic and sincere heart. Every day, Rahil strove to support his family with the little he had, embarking on new business ventures in hopes of finding that one idea which would finally lift them out of poverty. One bright morning, Rahil set up a small stall at the town's busy market square. With a basket brimming with freshly picked vegetables, he offered crisp greens, ripe tomatoes, and fragrant herbs to passers-by. "Fresh from my garden," he called out, his voice full of hope. For a moment, the stall buzzed with customers admiring his honest effort. However, unbeknownst to him, Samar, a neighbor with a knack for imitation, had been watching intently from a distance. Later that day, as the crowd thinned, Samar set up his own vegetable stand right across from Rahil's. Samar had managed to procure the same vegetables, even undercutting Rahil's prices by a few coins. Within hours, Rahil's stall, once filled with curious buyers, was nearly empty, and Samar's stall thrived with the business that Rahil had so earnestly hoped for. As dusk settled over Sundarpur, Rahil found himself brooding over the day's losses. He couldn't shake the feeling of being cheated out of his honest earnings. Gathering his courage, he walked to Samar's stall. "Why do you copy everything I do?" he asked, voice trembling between anger and despair. Samar, with a casual shrug and a sly smile, replied, "In business, one must be quick-witted. I merely take inspiration from success, my friend." Their conversation, although laced with tension, remained civil. However, deep down, Rahil felt the sting of betrayal, for it was not just a contest of business ideas, it was a contest of values. That night, he lay awake pondering how to outsmart a man who seemed always one step ahead by mimicking his every move. Not one to be easily defeated, Rahil decided to try a new approach the very next morning. With renewed hope, he set up a modest tea stall by the roadside. Carefully boiling water in a small cast-iron kettle, he brewed fragrant cups of masala, chai that filled the air with the aroma of spices and hope. "A cup of warmth to brighten your day," he cheerfully announced, inviting passers-by to taste his unique blend. The tea attracted a steady stream of customers, its taste both comforting and invigorating. Yet, it wasn't long before Samar, ever observant, appeared with his own tea stall. With nearly identical recipes and even lower prices, Samar soon attracted most of the tea-loving townsfolk, leaving Rahil's new venture struggling to keep pace. After another hard day's work, Rahil slumped on the edge of the roadside, his heart heavy. "How can I ever win if everything I try is taken away before I can even prove myself?" he murmured to himself, frustration mingling with despair. Undeterred by his previous setbacks, Rahil embarked on yet another business venture, this time at the local fish market. With the help of his small boat, he hauled freshly caught fish to the town's edge, setting up a stand by the riverside. The fish, glistening and aromatic, were displayed meticulously on ice. "Fresh fish, best catch of the day," he proudly called out, hoping to attract a different crowd. The market was abuzz with activity, and for a brief moment, Rahil's fish stand drew considerable attention. But as the afternoon wore on, Samar appeared once more, setting up a fish stall just a few paces away. With a refined technique in bargaining and a penchant for undercutting prices, Samar quickly diverted customers away from Rahil's stall. Rahil watched in despair as his hard work seemed to vanish before his very eyes. The competitive tactics of his neighbor left him feeling small and powerless, as if fate itself was conspiring against his honest endeavors. That evening, back in his humble home, Rahil sat silently at the dining table, his eyes clouded with sorrow. His failures of the day echoed in his thoughts, and his heart ached with the weight of repeated defeat. His wife, Layla, noticed the heaviness that shrouded her husband. Known for her calm wisdom and unwavering support, she gently placed her hand on his arm. "Rahil," she said softly, "each failure is not a defeat, but a lesson. You work so hard with an honest heart, but perhaps you need to think beyond what others can easily copy." Her words resonated in the quiet of the evening, and for the first time in a long while, Rahil felt a spark of hope. As they sat together in the small kitchen, the soft glow of an oil lamp flickering on their faces, Layla began to share her thoughts. We must find a way to create something that is uniquely ours, an idea that Samar cannot mimic because it comes from the heart and spirit of our family. Rahil listened intently, the seed of a new idea beginning to grow in his mind. The following morning, as the town slowly awakened, Layla and Rahil sat side by side on a small porch overlooking their garden. With clear eyes and a gentle smile, Layla presented her proposal. "What if we try something that has never been done before here?" she asked. "Instead of selling common goods, why don't we start a rooftop garden and cafe? We can grow exotic herbs, flowers, and even a few rare vegetables that no one in Sundarpur has ever seen. Our cafe can serve unique herbal teas and dishes inspired by these fresh ingredients." Rahil's eyes widened with excitement. The idea was innovative, rooted in their love for nature and a desire to share something special with the town. "A rooftop garden and cafe," he repeated, his voice gaining strength with each word. "It's original. No one can copy what they cannot reach." The idea filled him with a renewed determination and a sense of creative possibility. Together, they began to plan every detail, from the selection of plants and layout of the garden to the design of the cafe space. They envisioned a sanctuary above the bustling town, a place where nature and nourishment combined to create a unique experience that would captivate the townsfolk. With unwavering determination, Rahil and Layla set out to transform their rooftop into a lush, vibrant garden. Over the next few weeks, they cleared the space, arranged raised beds, and carefully planted a variety of exotic herbs, flowering plants, and rare vegetables. Neighbors watched with curiosity as the couple worked together, their smiles and laughter a stark contrast to the earlier gloom. Rahil found that the work was therapeutic. Each seed planted was like a promise for the future, and each sprout was a sign of hope. Layla's original idea had not only given them a new business concept, but also reawakened their belief in creativity and hard work. As the rooftop began to flourish, they also converted an adjacent room into a small cafe, where they planned to serve herbal teas, fresh salads, and other delicacies crafted from their garden's bounty. The day of the grand opening arrived with palpable excitement. The rooftop cafe was elegantly decorated with handmade signs, rustic wooden tables, and twinkling fairy lights. Rahil and Layla welcomed their first customers with warm smiles and genuine hospitality. "Welcome to our rooftop haven," Rahil announced proudly, "where nature meets nourishment and every cup is filled with a taste of originality." Word of the unique cafe spread quickly, drawing people from all corners of Sundarpur. The menu featured innovative dishes such as basil-infused lemonade, mint tea with a hint of exotic spice, and salads garnished with edible flowers. The cafe soon became a popular retreat place for townspeople to relax, share stories, and appreciate the beauty of something original. In the midst of the growing success, Samar observed from a distance. His face, once marked by smug confidence, now carried a mix of envy and genuine admiration. For the first time, he realized that copying others could never substitute for the authenticity and creativity born of passion and genuine effort. One balmy afternoon, as the cafe buzzed with lively conversation and contented laughter, Samar approached Rahil. "I see now that imitation can never match true innovation," he said quietly, his voice carrying both regret and respect. "Your success is not just about business, it is a testament to the power of original thinking, hard work, and the support of those who truly believe in you." Rahil, ever gracious despite the hardships he had endured, replied, "It was not my effort alone that brought this change, Samar. It was Layla's wisdom and our shared belief that there is beauty in creativity. Every failure taught me a lesson, and every setback was a step towards finding a unique path." In that moment, the air was filled with a sense of reconciliation. Samar left with a promise to learn from his own actions and to seek inspiration, rather than mimicry in his future endeavors. Meanwhile, Rahil and Layla celebrated not only their success, but also the transformation of an entire community. A community that now understood that true progress is built on innovation and heartfelt effort. That night, As the rooftop cafe closed and the stars twinkled above Sundarpur, Raheel and Layla sat together on a bench overlooking the city. The cool breeze carried the scents of their garden and the distant sounds of a town at rest. In a reflective tone, the narrator recounted their journey, a journey marked by perseverance, ingenuity, and the courage to remain true to oneself. Raheel's mind wandered over the long path that had brought him here, from the market stalls where his ideas were, stolen to the painful moments of defeat and finally to the triumph born of originality. "There is a lesson in every failure," he murmured, "and success belongs not to those who imitate, but to those who innovate." Layla squeezed his hand gently, adding, "Our story is a reminder that hard work, creative thinking, and the willingness to learn from every setback will always outshine the short-lived gains of mimicry." Their words resonated deeply, not only with each other, but with everyone who had come to appreciate the humble yet profound truth of their journey. In the final pages of this humble tale, the narrator offered a clear, resounding moral. True success is born from originality, smart thinking, and unwavering hard work. Imitation may provide momentary gains, but only innovative, heartfelt effort can build lasting legacy and genuine fulfillment. The story of Raheel, Layla, and even Samartha man who once sought to steal success became a cherished lesson in Sundarpur. It taught everyone that while the road to success may be strewn with setbacks, the willingness to learn, adapt, and think uniquely transforms even the harshest defeats into stepping stones for a brighter tomorrow. Years later, the story of Raheel's original rooftop cafe would be recounted in Sundarpur as a beacon of inspiration. New entrepreneurs looked up to the legacy of creativity and resilience that had transformed a series of failures into a timeless lesson. Families would gather around evening fires to recount the tale, and every retelling reaffirmed the importance of originality over imitation. Raheel's life, though once shadowed by misfortune and the bitter taste of repeated failures, had ultimately become a testament to the power of innovation and perseverance. His journey, aided by the wise counsel of his beloved wife Layla, showed that every setback is but a prelude to a new beginning, a truth that echoed in the hearts of all who dared to dream differently. The tale ended not with the triumph of one man alone, but with the understanding that every human being holds within the capacity to innovate, to transform challenges into opportunities, and to embrace the beauty of a journey paved with courage and originality. In the quiet cadence of Sundarpur's daily life, where every small effort and every creative idea weaves into the fabric of community spirit, the lesson remained ever clear. Originality, smart thinking, and relentless hard work triumph over the allure of easy imitation. In the garden of life, it is the unique blossoms that bring true beauty and lasting success. The story of Raheel, Samar, and Layla is a gentle reminder that while copying might offer a quick fix, it is the spark of originality that ignites real progress and fulfillment. And so, as the dawn of each new day breaks over Sundarpur, the legacy of a humble man's perseverance and a wise woman's insight continues to inspire hearts and minds, urging everyone to dream boldly and create with passion.